3D audio is going to be
Sony
a game
has
changer in
had
the world
a
of
bit of
video
a
games. I'm
generation.
pretty sure Tecmo Bowl has a speed run.
Hey, good morning, everybody, or good afternoon, or good evening, wherever you are, whenever you are. Welcome to the Most Elite Podcast today. I was watching a couple of YouTube videos, right? Like, in so many YouTube videos, specifically Twitch stars, when they do a YouTube video, they'll record their intro on Twitch. So, like, it's like they're coming from Twitch, but it's like they're still streaming. So it's obviously an act, and they schedule time that'll get on the stream, and the viewers watch them do their intros. I don't do any of my videos like that. I've been thinking like really hard recently about like just being a persona, because I'm not. Like, anybody who listens to this podcast, and if you met me in real life, or if you ever talk to me, you know that how I speak in this podcast and how passionate I am about the things I speak on in this podcast is pretty much me. That there's no what is it called, a filter. I'm just how I am. But I've been seriously considering pretending to be someone else. I'll do the YouTube thumbnail thing that everyone does, where I'll have myself with like a shocked face looking to the right and like an arrow or something pointing to a innocuous thing on the screen, like to draw your attention to it, but it's not really anything, and with some like bold text, like, you need to get on this now, in all caps, right? And then when the video turns on, I'm like, what's up, YouTube? Welcome back to the Most Elite Podcast. And today, like, I've been considering just being that guy, even though I don't like that person so much. Anyway, the topic of this podcast today is Sony's acquisition of Bungie Studios. Now, a lot of the discourse on the internet is, they bought Bungie as an answer to Microsoft. Yeah. That's not what happened. A $4 billion deal doesn't just happen overnight. You know what I mean? There's planning, there's talks between both companies for months on end. And if anyone remembers, after Bungie, quote unquote, went independent with 800 plus employees and like $1 billion in revenue. Yeah, independent. Yeah. After they quote unquote went independent, they were looking for buyers, because being an independent publisher is incredibly difficult. So they were looking for buyers, and they were in talks with none other than Microsoft in 2020 to be their financial backer and or buyer, in quotes. So this isn't new. This isn't a thing that was out of the blue. Bungie has been actively searching for business partners, I'll call them, for quite some time. So Sony was probably just on a long list of people they reached out to financially back them, because that's what they really want. They want to maximize profit while minimizing cost. And right now they got a pretty good thing going with their Destiny 2. They've been bamboozling and stealing from their fans, and it's stealing when you take content out of a game only to sell it back to me with a different name. It's stealing from me. It's stealing my time, my trust, and my money. And for any fanboy who says, well, it's not stealing your money, you don't have to buy it. You're right. I don't. And I don't buy it. I don't give them any money. But they are disrespecting you. And anybody who rushes to the defense of Bungie, or anybody who does the stuff like Bungie does, is a fanboy. And look, we're all fanboys of something. There's a fanboy for everything in this world. There's somebody on the opposite end of every argument. High school drama class can teach you that. There is a counter argument for every argument. So there's no point in arguing on the internet. This is just my opinion. Bungie has been stealing from fans and abusing them for years. You're in an abusive relationship with Bungie, whether you know it or not. But they've been looking for a buyer or a partner or whatever you have it to cover their cost so they can maximize profit. And with Sony, they found that. Now, the other version of that could be, hold on a second, guys. Okay, I'm back. I apologize for the break. Just a second for you, but not for me. Anyway, I was saying the other side of that could be, well, with this new acquisition, Sony could foot the bill for a Destiny animated show, a Destiny movie. Sony has Sony Pictures. You know, the Spider-Man crossover. They own Spider-Man. It's not far-fetched that we would see marketing with those two side by side. And this is something that Bungie has always wanted. They've always wanted to expand outside of video games, especially with Destiny, to make it a bigger multimedia thing. Like, video games are amazing and it has its audience, but movies also have an audience. TV shows also have an audience. If they could get a license out to Netflix, per se, get the animation from, like, Castlevania or the Witcher series or whatever, and imagine that with Destiny. You know, they could do some prequel stories, Ikora, Zavala, Cade, back when they were in their younger rowdy touty days that they only reference in the games. You know what I mean? So that's the other side of that argument. This is a good thing because now with Sony footing the bill, Destiny can become a larger experience than it already is for more people to discover and experience. Sort of like how Arcane brung in a whole bunch of League of Legends fans, even though they're just Arcane fans. And I've talked about this before on the channel, where if you're a fan of a specific thing, you're just a fan of that thing. Even if that thing is in the universe, you don't really care about the universe. Like Marvel movie fans are Marvel movie fans. They don't go and read comic books after. They don't go and play video games with those characters in them. They are the movie fans. They like the Marvel movies. So if they do get these TV shows and stuff like that, which they're going to push for sure, then it'll be like, oh, I'm a Destiny Netflix show fan. I don't play the game, but I love the show. And that's what they want. They want that exposure. And they've been looking for somebody to pay for it because they don't want to pay for it because it's very expensive. And doing it all in-house is, you have to create a movie division. You have to create a TV division and hire writers, storyboarders, screenwriters. And it costs a lot of money to make that happen. So here we are. Sony acquisition. And it's funny because the deal is non-exclusive. That basically means Bungie is literally still doing whatever it is they were doing. They're just, all their games going forward can still be multi-platform. No exclusivity, you know. It's just that now it really is wholly beneficial to Bungie. I don't know what Sony gets out of it. I don't know what they get out of it. So I don't know. They just get, maybe they get the opportunity to produce movies, shows. Everybody loves those. And Sony has produced some pretty hit movies and stuff, so they get the opportunity to work in the Destiny universe and create, which I guess is a good thing. You know, I mean, I don't have any feelings toward the deal outside of as my last episode about EA, Microsoft buying Activision. I keep thinking, like, I thought there were laws to prevent these sort of things, or like super company making mega corporations. Sooner or later, it's going to be in Judge Dredd universe, Mega City 1, where the corporations rule everything, and that's what it is. I don't know. But yeah, I don't really have any negative or positive feelings toward the deal. I'm interested to see where the deal goes from here. I can only speculate at this time because nothing has been said. You know, Xbox congratulated Sony and all that stuff, but I don't know. The internet reaction has been not, they don't really super care, but, I don't know, guys. I think it's a good thing, I guess. maybe with Sony Satellite Studios helping the Destiny team, because Bungie has 800 employees, but you gotta wonder how many of them work on Destiny. Not all of them. It shows in the quality of the games. I mean, it's been piss poor quality for some time, and I mean, to say otherwise is just fanboyism. The quality has not been good for some time. So maybe with some satellite studios helping them, that Sony has plenty of, maybe Destiny's a better game and a better product for it, you know. Who knows? Those are just my thoughts on it, guys. Like, comment, subscribe if you want to do those things. There's no pressure here on this channel. I do have a Patreon if you're feeling like, man, I gotta give this guy some money. The link is in somewhere on my channel. I don't know. Regardless, thanks for stopping by as always. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you next time.